Welcome to Who Yelling Now, Season 5, Episode 3, titled We Call It Stability. You ever notice how quickly people say they just want stability? Not happiness, not truth, not even peace, just stability. As if stability is the safest thing you can ask for. As if it's neutral. As if it doesn't cost anything. But what do we actually mean when we say that? Because most of the time, when people say, I want stability, what they're really saying is, I don't want anything to change. Or worse, I've learned how to survive this, so let me stay here. And we reward that. We praise people for staying in the same job for 20 years, even if it's draining them. We praise people for staying in relationships that haven't grown in years just because they last. We call it commitment. We call it maturity. We call it being grounded. But rarely do we ask, what point does stability stop being strength and start becoming fear? Because stability, the way we talk about it, sounds like safety. But stability, the way we live it, often looks like repetition, routine without reflection, consistency without questioning, endurance without choice. And if you stay in something long enough, people stop asking if it's good for you. They just start calling it stable. So today, I don't want to define stability the way we have been taught to. I want to pull it apart a little. Because some of what we call stability is just well-managed discomfort. Some of it is fear with good PR. And some of it is us choosing the known over the true. Let me share a poem with you I call When I Am Unstable, What Group Did I Join? When I am unstable, what group did I join? Was it the one who left too early? The ones who stayed too long? Did I sit with the restless? The ones who ask too many questions? Who don't clap when they're told? Who don't settle when they're praised? Or did I drift into the quiet rooms where everyone smiled the same smile, the kind that says, this is enough, even when it isn't? When I am unstable, who claims me? Is it the brave or the ones who have nothing left to lose? Because I've noticed something. The moment you step outside of what's expected, people don't ask what you're finding. They ask what you've lost. They don't ask what you're becoming. They ask what went wrong. So, when I am unstable, what group did I join? The broken or the ones who finally stopped pretending they were whole? My dearest listeners, it's story time. This one is titled, I Wanted to. Jason did everything right. Not just right by chance, right by design. The kind of right that gets passed down like a family heirloom. His father had done it. His grandfather before him also did the same. Stayed out of trouble. Get educated. Choose something respectable. So Jason became a lawyer. Not because he dreamed of it, but because it made sense. He joined the family firm. Sat at the same kind of desk his father did, took on the same kind of clients, and built the same kind of life. He married Laura, beautiful, respected, admired. The kind of woman people pointed to and said, he did well. Together, they built a life people envied quietly. Dinner was always at the same time. Weekdays had a rhythm. Weekends had a structure. Jason knew where everyone was supposed to be at any given time, any given moment. His children's schedule memorized. His wife's routine predictable. His life measured, organized, dependable, stable. And he was happy. Or at least he believed he was. His parents were proud of him. He was proud of himself. There were no major disruptions, no dramatic failures, no questions that couldn't be answered with, "This is just how life works." And time moved quietly until it didn't. The children grew up, built lives of their own, moved out into the world Jason had prepared them for. And then it was just him and Laura, two people who had spent decades managing a life together, now trying to figure out how to live one. Jason retired. For the first time in his life, he had time that wasn't already assigned. No court, no clients, no structure waiting for him in the morning. Just time and thinking. Two dangerous combinations for someone who has never had to question their life. Laura still had her routines. Sunday brunch with her friends. Like always, predictable, stable. Until one particular Sunday, she didn't come back. At first, it didn't make sense. He called. No answers. He waited. Then called again. Nothing. He checked with her friends. They hadn't seen her. The police. No accidents, no reports, nothing. No signs of struggle. No explanation. Just absent. Jason searched, not calmly, not rationally, but with a kind of panic that comes when something breaks the pattern. 3 days. 3 days of looking for a woman who had never been hard to find. 3 days of realizing how much of his life depended on things happening exactly the way they always had. And then On the third day, he opened the refrigerator, not looking for answers, just following routine. And there it was, a letter placed where it would eventually be found, but not immediately. Controlled, deliberate, stable, even in leaving. He opened it, and it read, "I am leaving to experience the life I always wanted. Thank you for creating a stable home for us all these years. I love you. Take care of yourself." That was it. No anger, no blame, no explanation long enough to hold on to. Just truth. Jason sat there, letter in hand, life in pieces, trying to understand what had just happened. He thought of everything. The years, the routines, the dinners, the schedules, the pride. He felt everything. Confusion, anger, betrayal, fear. And then something else. Something quieter. Something he had never really allowed himself to feel before. A question. Not about Laura, not about where she went, but about himself. What did he want? Not what he was supposed to want, not what made sense, not what looked right, but what did he actually want? And for the first time in his life, Jason didn't have an answer, because somewhere along the way, he hadn't just built a stable life, he had traded his own. My yellers, I can hear Jason yelling. Can you? Here's a poem I called, "I tabled my stability for stable." I didn't lose myself. Let me be clear. I didn't lose anything. I placed it down carefully, respectfully, like something I planned to come back to. I tabled my stability for stable, because stable sounded responsible. Stable sounded grown. Stable sounded like something people wouldn't question. Stability, the kind that asks you to be honest, that was messy, very messy. It moved. It asked things of me. It required honesty. But stable? Stable is quiet, predictable, repeatable, acceptable. So I chose it. I choose the version of my life that didn't interrupt anyone else's. I chose the routine over the risk, the agreement over the truth. And I got good at it. Good at showing up. Good at staying in place. Good at being dependable. In a life I never fully examined. People called it discipline. They called it maturity. They said, "You have built something solid." And maybe I had. But no one asked what I had built it on. No one asked what I had to ignore to keep it standing. Because stable doesn't ask questions. Stable doesn't move. Stable doesn't notice when you slowly stop recognizing yourself. It just holds until one day something shifts. Not loudly, not dramatically, just enough for you to realize you didn't secure your life. You paused it. And the version of you that you tabled all those years ago never stopped waiting. So, now I'm going to ask you something, my dearest yellers, and I don't want you to answer it quickly. What are you calling stable right now? Your job, your relationship, your routine, your identity? And more importantly, what did you table to keep it that way? Because stability, the way we have been taught to chase it, often comes with an unspoken agreement. Don't move too much. Don't question too deeply. Don't disrupt what's working. But working for who? Working for what? And for how long? Because Jason didn't think anything was wrong. Not once. Not in all those years. Everything made sense. Everything looked right. Everything held. Until it didn't. And by the time it broke, he didn't just lose Laura. He lost access to the version of himself he never gave time to grow. So, I'll ask you again, not as judgment, but as a mirror. Are you stable? Or are you just well practiced at staying in place? Maybe stability isn't the goal. Maybe it never was. Maybe what we've been calling stability is just comfort wearing structure, or fear wearing discipline, or silence wearing approval. And maybe, just maybe, the moments in your life that felt the most unstable weren't signs that something was wrong. They were signs that something was trying to change. So today, don't fix it. Don't organize it. Don't rush to make it make sense. Just sit with it and ask yourself, if everything in my life stayed exactly as it is right now, would I call that peace? Or would I just call it familiar? This is Who Yelling Now? I shall see you in the next episode.